Good morning. Is it a good morning? Yes, it's a good morning because the sun is out and the birds are singing and it's cold outside, but I don't care because I'm outside and I have my cup of coffee and I really need my cup of coffee today. Welcome to Wake Up Wood Home Edition. Today is Thursday, May 7th, 2020. We'd like to wish a happy birthday to the following members of our school community celebrating a birthday today. Dina, Neo, and Mr. Barnes. Happy birthday. We hope you have a terrific day. The weather forecast, woohoo, sunshine, sunny skies, high of 65. Get out and enjoy the day. Today is an A day schedule. Check in with your teachers this afternoon. They're looking forward to hearing from you. Attention parents and students, if you or your child is interested in learning more about the Junior ROTC program at Magruder High School, the informational Zoom meeting has been moved to a new date and time. The new date for the meeting is on Wednesday, May 13th at 11 a.m. So please take note of that new date. The informational links have already been shared with 8th graders through My MCPS Classroom. Please email Ms. Tegler if you are interested in joining the Zoom meeting. You can also find those links on the Wood Middle School Counseling website. Under Student Resources, look for the big giant 8. It's time for Ask an Administrator. Ms. Slatkoff will address the superintendent's announcement about school closures and Zoom attendance questions. Mr. Prinn will address 8th grade end-of-year events, and Mr. Watson will address a student concern. So take a look.
Morning, Wood families, and welcome to our second edition of Ask an Administrator. Before we begin, what I would like to say is that we just received information from our governor and state superintendent in regards to the closure of school for the remainder of the year. With this announcement brings many questions that we still don't know the answer to, but we are going to work diligently to find out. We will be working with our PTA and our students to get their input on ways that we can close out the year and still have some of our celebrations that we typically have. Now, these celebrations will look different, but we want to get people's input so that we know what is the best way to do it while adhering to the CDC guidelines. There's so many questions, but I also want everyone to know that we're also going to create a plan that is safe and following the guidelines that will provide students and staff the opportunity to come back into the building to gather their belongings that they have with them. So with that said, I want to go ahead and answer all that we have for this week. So I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Laney, our moderator, to ask the questions.
Thank you, Ms. Slackoff. I'm so excited to be here with you guys for our second segment of Ask an Administrator. So let's jump right into the first question. Our first question is, what will happen to all the activities the 8th graders were looking forward to?
Ms. Laney, I'll answer this question. So in compliance with the governor's executive order, we will not be able to have our 8th grade dance or King's Dominion trip. However, we're very excited about the opportunity to collaboratively work with our PTA, as well as solicit feedback from students and parents about creating alternative options to celebrate all our 8th graders' accomplishments as they transition to Rockville. So more exciting news to follow.
Thank you, Mr. Prinn. Our second question, are Zoom meetings optional or mandatory? This question is for Ms. Slackoff.
Thank you. That is a great question, and I'm happy to answer it. Zoom sessions are extremely important because they allow students and teachers to interact in a live way. And as we know, these live check-ins are meant to support the work that you are doing at home. So it's extremely important that you are engaged in these live check-ins to answer any questions that you may have or get any assistance. Now, MCPS has put out 4 criteria in order that students must achieve 2 out of those 4 to consider passing a course. One of those criteria are engagement. And engagement means attending Zoom sessions. or interacting with the teachers. And so we highly encourage students to attend these Zoom sessions so that they can gain the answers and show the teachers that they are engaged in the work.
Thank you, Ms. Slackoff. Our third question is, can you unblock YouTube on Chromebooks that are borrowed from the school? This person needs to watch videos for their school classes. Ms. Alvarez, can you answer that for us?
Yes, thank you. And a special shout out to a student who tested this solution for me. So we don't have the ability to unblock YouTube as a school. That's something that happens at the county level, an MCPS level decision. But we do know that if you put the link to the YouTube video in your Google slide, you can see the video. So until MCPS blocks that, that's going to be our solution. And from here on out, we're going to take our morning announcements and make sure they're in a Google slide. And we're going to encourage our teachers to do the same, but that's the way that it works. So I hope that helps.
Thank you so much, Ms. Alvarez. That does help. Our last question is, there are so many Zooms and assignments, I can't keep track. I don't know what to do. Mr. Watson, can you help with that question?
I can't help with that question, Ms. Laney. As students, most of you remember during the school year when we were physically in the buildings, we had our agenda books to help us out. Well, we don't have our agenda books with us now, but we are going to be offering a resource that we are going to post on our school website that mirrors our agenda book very closely. So it will list your classes by periods as well as directions up top to help you keep track each day of where Zoom session, the links to Zoom sessions, as well as any assignments to complete. So that way you can stay organized and hopefully better complete your assignments.
Thank you, Mr. Watson. And I think that's the last question for this segment of Ask an Administrator. Back to you, Ms. Slackoff.
Thank you very much for joining us during this session. I just want to restate that over the next couple of weeks, it's going to take to be patient with us and to be flexible as we continue to navigate our way through closing out the end of the year. We appreciate everything that you've done thus far and continue to ask us your questions so that we can get you the answers. That's it for us today. Have a great week. Bye.
Tune in for next week's Ask an Administrator. You can submit questions using the link you can find on the Wood Middle School homepage. Time for your library tip of the day. Don't forget to download the 57 Bus. This is the last day that you can download this awesome audiobook. Remember, once you download it, it's yours indefinitely. All of the directions, all of the information can be found on the Summer Reading tab of the Wood Media Center website. Scroll down on the left, there's the website, the directions, and the how-to for putting the AudioSync library into your Sora library. Also, don't forget, yesterday I posted week 2 for Jason Reynolds' Write program. Mr. Trimmer tried out last week's prompt, which was to create a fictional tattoo. An excerpt from his writing. To me, a tattoo has to be more than decoration, more than a personal remembrance or symbol. It must mean a membership into a collective, a group understanding that brings me together with others who are somehow the same. A visible group membership card. Mr. Trimmer's awesome tattoo shows his membership in the Trekkers family. That's Star Trek for all you peeps who are not in the know. Thanks, Mr. Trimmer. You are so awesome. I hope to see many more of you try out the writing prompts on My MCPS Classroom from Jason Reynolds. Time for the daily dose of Jin. Yes, he's glowing. Did you ever catch one of these creepy pics of your pet? They always freak me out. Jen also really likes watching Seinfeld, which is a family favorite here in the Bowman household. I also have some friends to share with you today. This is Rocket the Hedgehog. Rocket's proud owner is our good friend Nathan. Hey Nathan, how do you hold a hedgehog? I bet pretty carefully. We also have Miss Scott's brood of kitty cats. This is Olive, Misty, and Lulu. Olive is the black kitty cat. Lulu is the black kitty cat with all the cute white spots. And Lulu is the fancy pants gray one. Check out the punk rocker hat. These kitties are in for a big surprise, though, because guess what? Miss Scott is getting a new puppy in 6 days. I wonder how they will adjust. And what will Mrs. Scott name her new pup? We can't wait to find out. Send me your pet pics. I'll share them right alongside Jen here every day during the Daily Dose of Jen. Time for the Thursday throwback. There's nothing like a good music video from the 80s. You youngins will recognize this song from the Shrek movies. I love the Shrek movies. As we sign off today, enjoy the pebble-voiced big hair classic, Holding Out for a Hero. That's it for me this morning. Be safe, be well, make good choices. I'll see you tomorrow morning for another edition of Wake Up Wood Home Edition. This is Mrs. Bowman reminding you to be respectful, be responsible, and be ready to learn. Have a great day.